The current rationale for the lockdown is incoherent. I say that because the old rationale was you must spread the infections over a longer period so as to allow the NHS to catch up. So that was why there was the slogan, "Save the NHS." Well, they've dropped that part of the slogan, and they've dropped it for good reasons, which are explained in the paper that they published on Monday. Currently, the NHS has more than doubled its intensive care capacity. It's an impressive achievement by the government, but they need to follow the logic of it. The crucial fact is that their paper accepts that COVID-19 is going to be with us long term. That is the likely outcome. And it's consistent with the science. Once a virus has taken hold in a population, it doesn't just go away until enough people have been exposed to the disease to acquire immunity or a vaccine turns up. So when the lockdown ends, whenever that is, the virus will still be there waiting for us.
Indeed.
What I'm advocating now is that the lockdown should become entirely voluntary. It is up to us, not the state, to decide what risks we are going to take with our own bodies. Now, the traditional answer that people give to that is, well, but by going out or in the streets and in shops and things, you are infecting other people. But you don't have to take that risk. You can voluntarily self-isolate. You don't have to go into the streets. You don't have to go to the shops. People who feel vulnerable can self-isolate, and the rest of us can then get on with our lives. We have never lived in a risk-free world, and we're never going to live in a risk-free world. We are going to have to live with COVID-19 because it's going to be around for a long time unless somebody successfully invents and trials a vaccine, especially when basically life is only worth living if you are prepared to engage in social activities which inevitably involve risk. That is part of life.
How do you think we are a society that can make sensible decisions as individuals while protecting public health as a whole as well?
Yes, of course we are. We're grown-ups, we're a sophisticated society, and undoubtedly there will be a few people who do not make sensible decisions. But you cannot imprison the entire population simply because a small minority is not being very sensible with their own safety.